You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show, but I digress show with Kip and Cam. If you're easily offended or politically correct, this show is not for you. We will offend, and we do not apologize. All right, here you're live with the Bruce and Deuce Show, Kip and Cam on the I Digress Show. Good time. It's July 5th, and we are just
peeling potatoes.
Peeling potatoes for Sunday dinner. Most of the family is gone to church, and we're here and peeling potatoes. So the topic of the day was last night we were watching the fireworks go off from the rooftop, and we noticed in the sky a jet, and I'm assuming it was a commercial liner.
And it was late, it was pretty dark.
Yeah, it was like 10:30.
That was the thing I think that got me, is how dark it was and that you could still see them.
Yeah, we saw the chemtrails coming out of the back at 10:30 at night. Now, is that normal or is that not normal?
Yes, do you believe in chemtrails? Do you want to believe in chemtrails, or is it all...
Well, they're obviously there, but tell me what you think is in the chemtrails.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't researched it enough. I just know that it's not good. I mean, either they're trying to seed the atmosphere, which I don't think, because we wouldn't be in such dire water straits in the West here, or it's kind of like Serenity, the movie Serenity, spin-off from Firefly, trying to put something in the water.
In the water?
Well,
Yeah.
To control it, to make us docile.
Well, yeah, what if they're controlling the atmosphere?
Well, that's what I've heard.
And that's why there's droughts in some parts and floods in others.
So if they have the droughts, does that help them because it helps corral us into staying in our states and close to the water?
Well, yeah, because then they pass laws to sanction, ration out waters.
You can't collect water.
Yeah.
I think I saw an article one time that some guy got thrown into prison for collecting rainwater on his property.
Yeah, see, I mean, why can't you do that?
I know. Well,
so we live on a prison planet, basically. If you don't do what they say, you're going to get fined or imprisoned, and that's the end of the story.
Why do they get to say what they say?
Yeah, even if the rainwater wasn't good for me, why can't I just drink it if I want to?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it's just like the idea that it's illegal to kill yourself. You're going to actually go to jail for trying to kill yourself.
Attempted murder of yourself?
Yes. Which makes no sense. So anyway, the chemtrails are there. There's something in them. Obviously, there's something going on. I mean, that's the whole idea.
I've heard stuff. It does seem like they've increased exponentially.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Just the last 5 years or so, I think.
I noticed this the other week. I was looking up in the sky, and it was like crisscross all over the place. I mean, are those normal flight pattern behaviors?
There's no way that it, I don't think, because I've seen jets fly by without any.
There's very little smoke that lingers behind, if any.
Yeah.
And it surely doesn't last that long.
So do the pilots know about this? I think I was listening to Coast to Coast, the radio program, and I think it's some pilots called in about it, saying that it was true. And there was an article it's popped up on Facebook too recently. So I think there's a lot more to this than that we don't know about, or that we do know about.
But what would be the ultimate goal here? Like you said, is it the dumbing down? Is it the controlling of the atmosphere? Are they just...
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, all these people that are power hungry, what are they going to control? I mean,
Well, I mean, like the HARP program. I mean, they're trying to control the weather. They're trying to control the water, where it rains, where it doesn't rain. I mean, it's always very odd that the last couple of weeks down here in southern Utah have been like 110, 120 degrees. But yet yesterday, on the 4th of July, it was the coolest it's ever been. And not only that, it was somewhat muggy.
That's true.
And so I'm not saying that's not coincidence, but it has seemed very odd that it happens to be on the firework weekend. It's the coolest day it's been in 2 weeks.
Coolest day, They want people to go out and spend money. More people will spend money.
They don't want fires to happen.
Yeah, they don't want fires to happen.
I mean, gas prices went under $3 this weekend. I'm sure they'll be back up to where they were.
It's true. I mean, I don't know.
It's just to keep the economy going, to keep people thinking things are normal.
Yeah, to keep us blinded to what's about to happen.
Now, we talked about the lull that's coming in September, possibly. Right.
Yeah, the last day of a lull for the Jewish calendar.
We need
September
to look that
13th.
up so we can give you a specific date and time to be looking towards.
September 13th.
Is that what it is?
That's the last day of the Jewish calendar of a lull.
September 13th. That does sound like an unlucky number.
Yeah, in the past 3 7-year lulls has been 2008, the financial collapse, and then 9/11, and then I think
This will be 913.
913.
Dun 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 dun.
Something big. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be the collapse of the dollar, but when China, Russia, and even England have stopped using the dollar as their reserve currency to buy oil, and the amount of gold that China buys up is astounding, staggering, that we may not have any gold left in Fort Knox. You gotta wonder what's keeping us afloat.
Well, the debt system, the credit system.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to have something to operate. If the money's not there, if the paper's not there, then I gotta go to my credit card.
Yeah, and the people that know that have the most debt on us is not China, it's not Japan, it's the Fed Reserve.
Right.
The Fed Reserve's the one that's buying our debt, but they're the one that's printing the money. Can you make sense of that? I've tried reading books. It makes no sense. There's no way.
I don't even think it's real, honestly.
There's no way it's real.
It's all in the mind.
When you try to read it, the explanation, it makes no sense. It's less real than the Matrix.
You know, one thing that I've been noticing about myself lately, and despite the obvious frustrations and depressions of life, I've had this intuition where it's like, it may all be over soon enough, so why bother? Yeah. I mean, and I wasn't trying to be pessimistic. I just felt that one morning, waking up to go to work. It's like, it's almost futile to be doing this.
Yeah, and I think that's across the board. More people are feeling that than we know.
Well, right.
They just don't want to say it because you're the crazy kook guy. But
hey, I don't even say anything's happened. There's just something inside me that says, this is totally pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I think more and more people realize that. They want something simpler. They want something real, tangible, harder, right?
Well, it's going to be hard when they wake up and there's like the Chinese flag waving or there's no more dollar. I mean, then what will people do?
I don't know.
I mean, what's the plan in place? Will they have like a Federal Reserve note where you can go get the government handouts and you get your ration of food, and it's basically like 1984. You get your 4 ounces of chocolate, your tea,
Yeah, I think so, right? Isn't that kind of what the dollar's done anyway? I mean, it's devalued so much, your dollar's worth less and less, right? They're kind of regulating how much stuff that you can get with your dollar by devaluing it.
Well, right. We already know that. I mean, the dollar of 1975 is not the dollar of 2015.
No, I mean, they got rid of backing it by gold or silver years and years ago, so your money is actually backed by your good faith that it's worth anything. Right. As soon as more people realize that money's not worth anything, boom, it's gone, because it's only backed on our hope that it's actually worth something, which is messed up.
So chemtrails, collapse of the dollar, all of this futile shenanigans, it's all happening. Look for September 13th, 2015. If you're interested, you should read a book called The Harbinger, which I haven't read yet, but I guess I'm supposed to be reading this.
Yeah, you should read it, and he's got a follow-up one for a chapter in there called The Mystery of the Scimitar. And that's the 7-year, yeah, my friend said it was pronounced Shemitah, so I don't know. Shemitah, either way, find your Hebrew friend, find out how to really say it. Read the book. It's all something that we should wake up to. We need to turn back to spirituality, people. Look towards something, be humble. That's the message.
Duck and cover. You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show with Kip and Cam, the I Digress Show. You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show, but I Digress Show with Kip and Cam.